He was taken from his family by a king's command. No warning, no choice, no goodbye, just a royal order and a one-way journey to a foreign land. He was Egypt's finest eye doctor, and Pharaoh Amasis had just handed him over to the Persians like a piece of furniture. But here is what Amasis didn't understand. Gifted men have long memories, and this one had nothing left to lose. It was the 6th century before Christ. Cyrus the Great ruled Persia, the most powerful empire the world had ever seen. From the mountains of Anatolia to the plains of Babylon, kings bowed to his name. One day Cyrus sent a message to Amasis II, Pharaoh of Egypt. He needed Egypt's finest eye doctor. No explanation, no reason given. A demand from a man who had never been refused. Amasis had a choice. He could send a palace medic, someone ordinary, someone who wouldn't be missed. Instead, whether from pride or politics or sheer carelessness, he singled out the most gifted eye specialist in all of Egypt and tore him from his wife and children. The doctor arrived in Persia with his instruments, his knowledge, and a fury he had nowhere to put. Cyrus died before he could march on Egypt. His son, Cambyses II, inherited the throne, the empire, and the doctor. The doctor was still there, waiting. What do you do with that kind of rage and that kind of time? You wait for the right moment. You make yourself useful. You get close. And then, quietly, carefully, you move. The doctor leaned close to Cambyses and whispered a suggestion. Ask Pharaoh Amasis for his daughter's hand in marriage. It was a trap as elegant as a blade. Refuse and insult the most powerful king on earth. Comply and lose your beloved daughter to a foreign throne, not as a queen, but as a concubine. Cambyses had no intention of making her his wife, and Amasis knew it. Herodotus tells us Amasis was greatly perplexed, terrified of Persian power, unwilling to surrender his daughter, unwilling to make an enemy of a king who had armies beyond counting. So Amasis did what desperate men do. He found a way out that wasn't a way out at all. There was a woman at court named Nitetis, tall, beautiful, the last surviving daughter of Apries. The Pharaoh Amasis had defeated, deposed, and killed to take power. Amasis dressed her in gold, draped her in royal garments, and sent her to Persia, calling her his own daughter. He thought he had solved the problem. He had created a far worse one. When Nitetis arrived at the Persian court, Cambyses greeted her warmly, calling her by the name of Amasis, her supposed father. She stopped him. Herodotus recorded her exact words. I see, O king, thou knowest not how thou hast been cheated by Amasis, who took me, and tricking me out with costly garments, sent me to thee as his own daughter. But I am in truth the child of Apries, who was his lord and master, until he rebelled against him and put him to death. The room went silent. Cambyses had been lied to, insulted, mocked, by a pharaoh who thought himself clever enough to fool a king. He was not going to let that go. Amasis sacrificed a stranger to protect himself. The stranger remembered, and the woman he tried to use as a decoy. She spoke. What you take from people, they will spend their life taking back. Invisible doesn't mean gone. Forgotten doesn't mean finished. In 525 BCE, Cambyses marched on Egypt. He defeated Amasis's son, Psamtik III, at the Battle of Pelusium. Egypt, a civilization that had stood for 3,000 years, fell to Persia. All of it set in motion, according to Herodotus, by one act of cruelty against one man whose name was never even written down. If this story stayed with you, there are more where that came from. Subscribe so we don't lose each other in the crowd. And if someone in your life needs to hear this today, share it with them. That's how old wisdom finds new ears.